Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Bob Arum says it will be hellish to negotiate a Mikey Garcia Vasyl Lomachenko fight. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Vasyl Lomachenko, he stopped Jorge Linares, his first fight at lightweight, a lightweight champion, a respected lightweight champion at that, a guy with experience, title defenses, and had come a long way since his lost to like Antonio DeMarco and stuff. So he was a refined fighter. So you got to give Lomachenko a ton of credit for that. And he got off the canvas. He got knocked down with a beautiful straight right. To me, Linares looked bigger. Some people are going around spreading 152 and rehydration weight, but Linares' side denounced that and said he weighs like 141 or so. He don't weigh no 152. Where'd you get that from? You know what I mean? So y'all this internet shit is tricky. Y'all gotta watch what you hear and who says what. Like, people just, like, I hear a lot of things in this boxing game. But to say he, like, just appoint some type of weight, you know what I'm saying? And you really have no bearing, like, I mean, that's not fair. Like, did Linares look bigger? Yes. But again, we're dealing with a guy who's moving up. When I looked at, I covered Andre Ward versus Sullivan Barrera. Similar situation. Andre Ward had some good height, but you could tell that Sullivan Barrera was just built more solid. But as Ward progressed at light heavyweight, like by the time he fought Kovalev in the rematch, I think his body had filled out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you move up in weight. It's a process. But people just be, oh, I heard this. That's cool, but reveal your source. If it, you know what I mean? If you're gonna put something out there like that, then I need to know who said that to you. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, it's not like just an ego rumor mill. Hey, I heard a fight, because stuff like that's gonna be revealed. You know what I mean? If I heard Robert Easter Jr. is gonna fight Mikey Garcia, I don't have to reveal my source for something like that, because we're gonna find out very shortly if they're fighting at the Staples Center. You know what I mean? But if people be like, oh, Daniel Jacobs, he weighed 196 versus Golovkin, like that, you know what I mean? That's a little bit extreme. But anyway, Lomachenko, that's a bad little motherfucker. He's awesome to watch. Very good footwork, and there's a lot of options for him. To me, like I said, I'm a fair critic, I'm a fair analyst or whatnot. I think I want to see Mikey Garcia versus Lomachenko or Tank Davis. Those are the fights that I want to see, the top two fights that I want to see for Lomachenko. But I'm realistic. The man just moved up. He just had a tough fight and a sensational punctuated victory versus Jorge Linares. So I wouldn't mind if he fights at the Forum in August against like Ray Beltran. You know what I mean? Because Beltran has a belt that makes a lot of business sense for his career to try to collect that belt. He would be favored. If you just beat Linares, who is a long-standing champion, he would be favored to beat Ray Beltran. But Ray Beltran, he also has experience. He also has a big punch, you know what I mean, some vicious knockout power. And we've seen Lomachenko knocked down. So there's enough little intangibles to make that fight interesting. So I'm good with something like that. I don't know everyone at lightweight, like, you know what I mean, every single person other than some of the big guys, but I'm good with Lomachenko. He's earned the right to fight whoever he wants next. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the toughest fight like Mikey Garcia or Robert Easter Jr. or something like that. I'm good with that, but I do want to see those fights. But Bob Arum, his promoter, after the fight, and shout out to Ring TV, they have an article with this in print. But I did see the video of Bob Arum, but I'll link to you in the description so you guys can see. He kind of created a roadblock, you know what I mean, or a potential. He previews of a potential hassle with negotiating a Mikey Garcia fight. And he says, and I quote, this is what Arum said: Mikey Garcia is a worse negotiation than Donald Trump is going to have with North Koreans. because of the way Mikey Garcia negotiates. Oh, I'm loyal to Showtime president and events programming, Steven Espinoza, and I'm loyal to Showtime. I admire loyalty, but if he's loyal to Showtime and they've been good to him, let him be loyal to Showtime. Just don't bother me. Right? That's what Arum is saying. He says, whoever the best available, whichever makes the most sense, that's where we're going to go after. Lomachenko wants to fight often. We have all these dates on ESPN. With a Mikey Garcia fight, it becomes the second coming of Mayweather-Pacquiao. The negotiations will go on. I may be 90 years old by the time the negotiations finish. I'm tired of that. He wants to fight, let him just call me. I'll give him my number. If it's not good, fuck it. I ain't negotiating. So, those are Bob Arum's words. Now, the thing that I don't like, again, so just so we're very clear, Lomachenko, he did his damn thing yesterday. He doesn't have to fight Mikey Garcia next. Just, again, because I know some of you motherfuckers don't listen, he doesn't have to fight him next. But I do want to see that fight. I mean, if he wanted to fight him next, because, you know what I mean, he is a beast in terms of who he wants to fight. But I get it. You know what I mean? I get it if you want to take like I said, a Ray Beltran in August, something like that. But the thing that I don't fancy with Bob Arum doing this is you're already putting out a negative connotation. You're already putting out a negative juju, if you will, regarding the negotiation, saying this is going to be worse than Donald Trump negotiating with Kim Jong-un and North Koreans, and this is the second coming of Mayweather-Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Like, I personally don't agree with that. I don't think negotiations are always as hard as they sometimes turn out to be. Like Joshua Wilder, that shouldn't be very hard to negotiate. You have two heavyweights. One has been pressing. One wants to try to collect the other belts, like Thanos in the Avengers. You know what I mean? That's Deontay Wilder. And then the guy with all the belts, who's the ace, I say, hey, I'm very interested. I want to fight him. He's too light for me. I'll eat him. You know what I mean? But yet, here we are, and we don't know if the fight's happening next. And negotiations have been like spread out all in the media and stuff like that. So negotiations, I think, become hard because of a lot of times the people in suits. You know what I mean? Sometimes maybe it's the fighter doesn't want the fight or whatever, but a lot of times the people in suits, they have alternate plans, different directions they want to go. They don't want to risk their cash cow. They don't want to put their person in a deadly fight. They want to sell more tickets with a lesser threat, a lower risk. You know what I'm saying? Just different stuff like that. But to put that out there and project and prophesize that Mikey Garcia automatically off top is going to be like a huge diva, like it reminds me of what Abel Sanchez did after Triple G knocked out a guy that most of us knew he was going to knock out, a 154-pounder coming off a 2-year layoff in the loss, Vanes Martirosyan, right? Abel Sanchez, immediately after knocking out Vanes in the post-fight presser, he said that, oh, Triple G, imagine how much Billy Joe Saunders is going to want and expect. He wanted $7 million to fight Daniel Jacobs, and we'll never be undisputed. We'll never get that additional belt, the WBO belt for Billy Joe Saunders. But my thing is this, instead of publicly putting out all that negativity, all you have to do is call Frank Warren. Call Billy Joe Saunders. Call his handlers. Call his people. You know what I'm saying? Call Ingle. Call whoever you need to facilitate the right people getting together to try to fight. If Triple G wants to unify and wants to be undisputed, then he should be allowed that opportunity. Now, you can't force somebody to fight, but if two fighters genuinely want to fight and the promoters are willing to stand down and not stand in the way and want to make it and are willing and confident that their fighter could beat the other guy, then there really shouldn't be all these issues. You know what I mean? But nowadays you have, to me, it's like a built-in scapegoat. Oh, we'll never get that extra belt. Billy Joe Saunders, he'll never fight us. You know what I mean? And from what I've seen, Lomachenko is very confident and he has a ton of experience. So he probably would fight Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, I have no doubts that he'll fight Lomachenko. But obviously the business workings have to make sense for both parties. and the promoters got to stand down and allow the shit to happen. You know what I mean? But Lomachenko, he's taken on, I mean, in 12 fights, there's really no one out there that has a body of work like Lomachenko. You know what I mean? He just became the young, or not the youngest, but the person to do 3 weight classes, to become champions at 3 weight classes in the fewest fights, only 12 fights. It just, historically, guys like Oscar De La Hoya, he became a champion in 3 weight classes by his, let's say, his 23rd fight. Floyd was at his 27th fight. Pacquiao was at like his 45th fight. So that is a accomplishment, because if it was that easy, everyone would do it. So my thoughts, I really want to see Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia at some point if they're in or around the same division. But Bob Arum putting this out there, it's kind of like a built-in excuse. You're already creating havoc. You're already basically suggesting that it'll be a problem before the problem is there. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I think, like I said, I think it's kind of a built-in scapegoat to potentially not make the fight. Oh, it's going to be harder than Trump negotiating with North Koreans. This is going to be Mayweather. How do you know? Maybe Mikey Garcia has seen something versus Jorge Linares with the knockdown where he's like, man, I could do this. You know what I mean? We're both from home bases out of LA area. So that's a great location for both of us. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's say they fight at the Staples Center. Mikey's from Oxnard and Lomachenko's training in Oxnard. Obviously, he's from the Ukraine. So they both have fans there. So that shouldn't be an issue. If you move it to Vegas, that wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? Lomachenko's fought in New York. Mikey's fought in New York. So what's the real issue? I mean, I don't see Lomachenko maybe taking the fight in Texas just because he would be like outnumbered by the population. You know what I mean? There's a dense Mexican-American population. But if you do it on really in the New York area, LA, Las Vegas area, that shouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? The ESPN has this app and stuff, so there should be money to allot for a big fight like that. That shouldn't be a huge issue to appease these guys and get them, you know what I mean? Right now, promoters are getting $1 billion for streaming apps like Eddie Hearn and stuff, so the money's there in boxing. People are interested in boxing again. So what is the real issue to compare it to Mayweather-Pacquiao? Mayweather-Pacquiao had a significant issue. One of them being the drug testing. To my knowledge, that hasn't been an issue for Mikey Garcia or Vasyl Lomachenko. So, you know what I mean? That's the only thing that I didn't like about the statements from Bob Arum is you're like forecasting it to be problems, and then you're also making it sound like cut and dry. Oh, he could call me and make an offer. If not, fuck it. I'm sick of negotiating. I ain't That's his words exactly. I ain't negotiating. I'm tired. I'll be 90. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me, putting all that out there, all that negativity about the negotiations and how tough they're going to be, that's a scapegoat. You know what I mean? If Lomachenko wants to work and Mikey Garcia wants to work, then it's up to you and their representation to give your client what they want. So again, I'm not saying Loma has to fight Mikey next, but if he does want to fight him and he stands to gain a lot of money, then I think nobody should be in the way of that. Give him the opportunity. He's pursuing greatness. You know what I mean? He already moved up the second time, moving up to a new weight class, no tune-ups, and fighting champions and stopping champions. So he's ambitious as fuck. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.